Hello there. This is Rich.
And Joanne.
And we're the TC Life, the Truck Camper Life. As many know, we are campground hosts for Washington State Parks. And we thought it would be interesting, fun, of our thoughts of the 10 pet peeves we have as campground hosts, and then the 10 great things. So the good and the bad kind of thing. So let's start with the pet peeves first. Oh, this is Angel, by the way. Some of you haven't seen Angel. She's how old is she now? 15?
I think she's still 14. Her birthday's not till December.
Yeah.
So she's still 14.
But she's a wire-haired dachshund. Anyways.
She's the queen of Rich's world.
Yeah. So let's start with the pet peeves that we have. And what's number 10?
Number 10. Don't pay for the second car.
Yeah, Washington State Parks. Again, this is all about Washington State Parks, not any other entity land, So the state parks obviously have their own sets of rules, regulations, just like every other place. And again, of course, if you don't want to deal with some of the rules and stuff, that's totally fine. Go out and boondock in the National Forest, BLM, DNR, those kinds of lands. We have a lot before we started hosting, but now we host full time. So we also have to abide by the rules. So don't pay for the second car. Yes. So when you pay for the camp spot, that includes your one vehicle or tow rig RV kind of thing. If you have a second vehicle, like we do, we have the truck and camper, and we have another car
that we don't tow.
Now, as we're a host, it doesn't matter. But in our breaks in between, like when we leave Mount Spokane here, we'll be going to another couple different state parks as a guest. Yes, we have to pay for the extra vehicle. That's just part of the rules. We got to do the same thing. So it's $10 a night for an extra vehicle, and not a big deal. Next, number 9.
Speeding through camp.
Yeah, speeding through camp. I mean, there's lots of kids, running around. They're at the campground. They're not thinking, but just having fun in the atmosphere. And, well, then you got maybe some of those adults that had some wine or whiskey or something, and you got to watch out for them too. So, and, well, there's wildlife too. I mean, we got deer that come through here. So, yeah.
Number 8, loud music.
Loud music. Yes. Now, I love music. Everyone that knows me knows I absolutely love music. I love all kinds of music. But the people next to your campsite, maybe they don't want to hear your music. And the state parks actually do have a RCW rule that musical instruments and amplified music basically should not be heard outside your area. Well, your area is a campsite. So, now we're pretty easygoing when it's really slow in a campground that we're hosting at. If they've got several spaces around them, they can turn it up a little more as long as they're not bothering anyone else near the camps and in a nearby campsite. But yeah, so, have consideration of others. What are we at, 7?
We are at 7.
Yeah.
Quiet hours.
Quiet hours. Quiet hours for the state park is 10 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. And generators can be run from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. is when they're allowed to run. Quiet hours are just what they are. If you want to party all night long, again, lots of great public land out there to go have fun. I mean, I know we've been known to be up way late at night. For us, that's like 8:30. No, we have been up till midnight. Did we make it to midnight last New Year's? I don't think so.
No.
But it does happen once, in a long time. But again, consideration of others. So where are we at?
Cutting through campsites.
Is that number 6?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure most people wouldn't care be sitting in their backyard and have some stranger just walk right through their yard. I mean, probably not something you'd enjoy all the time. And if it's an occupied site, stay out of it. It's and I watch it too because I'm also, as a host, I'm also looking for you know people's security of things. So I see someone walking through someone's site, I'm like, what are you doing? We don't need anything stolen or messed with, and it's, again, just rude. We have 5 halfway through.
Yep. Number 5, coming in early and leaving late.
Yeah. So for the state parks, again, this is all about Washington State Parks. So check-in time is 2:30. You must leave by 1 p.m. And it's inevitably the person that comes in very early. The site might be open, but comes in way early, and then almost always they're the ones that don't leave by 1. It's really annoying. But other than that, just because the site's empty and may be ready for the next guest, I may have a project or something in there that I'm working on, like site number 6 here. There's some things I'm doing to that site, and just because no one's there doesn't mean it's ready. So, the nice thing is, and here anyways, quite a few people have come in and asked, hey, can we come in early? Is that okay? And I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Just don't assume you can. Let's just come ask the host or park staff and say, hey, is it okay?
Or
no
getting mad when it's not ready. Common theme is, we don't care if you clean it.
Yeah, there was one time, another state park, that I had a project going, and the guy was all upset. Went and talked to the ranger and everything, and I wouldn't let him in early because I was doing a project in that site, and I have to wait till it's empty to be able to do the project. And the ranger basically told him, "Yeah, so check-in time's 2:30." So, there's just reasons for it. So we don't have a lot of time to work on sites in between guests. So,
yes. Number 4, not picking up dog poop or picking it up and putting it in the bag and then leaving the bag.
Oh, God. Nothing worse than dog poop bags sitting along the trail or somewhere.
Or tossed farther into the woods.
That's the worst. And yeah, sure, people are like, oh, we'll come back and get it. Most people don't. They forget, lose track of where it was, maybe not intentionally, but it just happens. But the throwing it out in the woods, because then I got to go through the brush and everything to go pick it up. Because, hello, folks, that bag will biodegrade eventually. Yeah. And it takes a long time. If you're not going to pick it up, I'd rather just let the dog poop, scoot it off the trail, and move on. It's just annoying.
Number 3, burning and leaving trash in the campfire.
Yeah, that's just, it smells terrible. It smells really bad. And it is a pain in the butt because none of that stuff completely goes away. And having to dig through the fire pit to get the trash out so it's ready for the next guest is problematic. It's just we have trash cans all over the place. There's really no excuse for it. If there was no trash cans, okay, I have a little more understanding. We got plenty of trash cans at the state parks. There's no reason to do that.
And the nails left from burning pallets.
Yeah, what's the matter, Angel?
She's not comfortable there.
You want to come sit down here?
They have to pay attention when they're digging through, getting the trash out to make sure they don't get stabbed.
Yeah. Take a magnet if you get. You get magnets real cheap and run it over the fire pit. That's pretty easy. Where are we at now? What number?
Number 2.
Number 2.
Leaving the campfires burning and or unattended.
That's just flat out dangerous. I am so happy as a campground host when we go into a fire ban because it's a thing I don't have to worry about. There's been times I've come up to an empty site, they left, and the fire's burning big time. Well, I'm here to tell you, just because you left doesn't mean you won't get a fine. The person that reserved that spot, we have the information. And you can get a nice little ticket in the mail, and it's just dangerous. I mean, we got wildfires burning right now, and well, a couple of them are from natural and some not, but it's just not a smart thing. So,
Number 1,
mm-hmm.
your favorite thing.
Yep.
Dogs off leash.
Dogs off leash. The state park says you must have your dogs under physical control on an 8-foot leash. That doesn't mean you put it on a leash and you let it run around. That's not in physical control. Most of the parks that we've been to, and myself included, feel the same way, that yes, it's supposed to be an 8-foot leash, but if you want to run a tether between trees or something so the dog can run around a little bit, and as long as it can't go into someone else's campsite, I'm still fine. That's under physical control. We have a dog pen. If you want to have a dog pen, that's fine. You got a little dog that's sitting on your lap, that is physical control, as long as it doesn't get away, because then obviously not under physical control. Park staff that we've worked with have been bit by friendly dogs. It's always a friendly dog. Oh, my dog is so friendly. Well, okay, so you don't have it on a leash because your dog's super friendly, and now here comes somebody else's dog that's maybe not so friendly, and your dog gets attacked. So if you had your dog under physical control, at least you have some help for your pooch to not get in a dog fight. It's not just something about your dog. It's actually to help you and your dog. There's lots of wildlife. We've been at previous state park where there was a guest that came in every day for day use, and they had 3 dogs. 2 of the dogs they would keep on leash. One of them, the bigger one, she would let off quite often. Well, that dog did run away after some scent it got. Never done this before, and that dog could not be found and spent the night in the park. It's a huge park.
They found him a long way away from where...
Yeah, they did find him the next day, thankfully.
But it was a long ways away from where it left.
That person even said, no, you'll always leash that dog. The dog's never done it before. You just never know. And, we don't need people bit. And it does happen.
And a loose dog running up on a leash dog, the leash dog goes into protective mode.
Yeah.
We've seen it. Our dogs have done it. Our dogs have bit other dogs that run up. And my response to the people is, you're the one in the wrong.
Yeah, ours were leashed and their dog came running at us.
Yeah.
So, we do have dogs. We've got 3 currently, 2 dachshunds, old dachshunds, and 1 shepherd, German shepherd pup. She's 10 months old. And boy, I would love to have our shepherd just run and chase some frisbees and stuff. She would love that, but we can't. We're in the state park. So yeah, she's having a nice beer from our favorite brewery, Humble Abode.
Yep.
Me, I'm drinking nothing because I've still got a few more hours of being on duty.
I've worked my 40 hours this week. This is my relaxed time, so don't whine.
So anyway, so that's enough of the pet peeves. Let's get on to some of the fun things, why we enjoy being Washington State Park host. So again, we'll go from 10 to 1. And what's number 10?
Number 10, don't have to clean the bathrooms.
Oh, no way. You want me to clean a toilet? You better pay up. Washington State Park host.
He still wouldn't do it.
Washington State Park hosts are volunteers, is what we are. We get our site for free, but we do not get paid. There's other host spots at different entities where that's part of it. Some of them get paid, some of them don't. Now, I will say that we still check the bathrooms. We still do the toilet paper and other things, soap and stuff like that, check for trash. That's something we still do. We just, we're not scrubbing the toilets, and nor do I want to. So,
Number 9, you get to learn more about the park's history.
Yeah, we really love history and nature. And for instance, this park, Mount Spokane, there's a lot of history here. There's American Native access that they can come harvest specific roots and stuff that I've learned quite a bit and talked to some of the Native Americans. And you just really, when you're spending a lot of time in the park every day every night you're spent in the park, you learn. You just get to see all these
Well,
things.
we've harvested not only the huckleberries, but also the elderberries, which was never on our radar.
Yeah.
And you can learn different things that you can harvest, and
yeah, and it's while we do get, I get 2 days off a week, midweek days. You never get Friday or weekends, but yeah, we can leave the site, on those days off, but we're still back here at night, before it gets dark and stuff. So it's, yeah, we're here every night, and you learn a lot about the park. It's amazing how much you learn just living here every day.
It's amazing how many people come up and just share little bits of the history that they have participated in over the years and stuff. Yep. Number 8, we can change location.
Yeah,
1 to 3 months.
Washington State Park host, what the guidelines are is you host at a park for 1 month up to 3 months. So 2 months, 3 months. Sometimes it could deviate a little bit, depending on need and overrides by the park manager. There is a Washington State Park host shortage. So I know one park that we started at, we were there for almost 4 months because the host backed out and they asked us to come early, and we're like, sure, why not? It's kind of fun because you can go to different places. I've heard some hosts where they just go around to every park, spend like a month and then go to the next one and go to the next one. Now, of course, it depends on availability of a host need. So you are dealing with that too, but it is neat to bounce around to some of these other parks, and some of the parks you may not necessarily go to.
Yeah, and you learn, not only do you learn the parks, you learn the area around. So like when we went to the first park, it's in Spokane, but I learned areas of Spokane that I had not known about because we were at a different location in Spokane. So you learn towns and stuff. So I like that part. So 7, work with some great people.
Yes. The majority, well, I could say majority because I don't know for sure, but I would think almost all of them, the park staff, they enjoy being outdoors, and it shows.
All of the ones we've come across, shows. Yeah.
And there's just some great people, very supportive staff for the host. We are actually park staff. We're just a volunteer side, but some very cool people to work with. And again, when you're bouncing around, you get to meet different people. Now we'll be returning to some of the parks again, although the staff moves around too. So, but good people to work with.
Number 6 is meet new people.
Yeah, meet new people that come in as our guests. I always call them guests because that's what they are. And just met some very interesting people. I actually have met a couple of you people that watched our videos, and it made you decide to come to the certain state park or whatever, and that's great. I'm glad that helped you out, and hello to those people. And you get people from all over the place as they're coming through. Some people just breeze through for a day, some people for a week. It's always interesting.
5 is enjoy the outdoors.
Yes, outdoors is where I maintain my mental health, and it's just amazing. I mean, outdoors is a much better place for me to be than inside an office.
Yes. Now, the next ones are pretty much more personal of why we really enjoy it. Number 4 is work at your own pace.
Yeah, work at your own pace. So as a host, we're required to work 28 hours a week. Now, Joanne works full-time remotely. That's why we have Starlink. But even if she is signed up as a host also, it's not 28 hours for her and 28 hours for me. It's 28 hours for the unit. So if she puts in a few hours or answers some questions, well, that's time added to our 28 hours. So it's not a lot work, not a big workload. And, for me, I mean, I think we've pretty much proven ourselves to the staff, and we're known to be pretty good hosts. and we do a lot of extra projects and stuff. But anyways, I can work at my own pace. I don't have to sit there and answer, this, and I can't walk away and this. I could take a break when I want. If I'm not, if I'm just cold, I'm like, I'm going to go inside the camper and warm up, or, I'm hot, I'm going to take a break and chill out or go have lunch. I don't have a set schedule. They like you to be, through the morning till early evening on duty. That's the one thing I will say is, as a campground host, just because a sign says you're off duty doesn't mean you're off duty. There's people that still got questions. I still go out and will help people especially if I see them kind of lost and not sure about some things. Even though I'm off duty, yes, that does include as my time, but it's again at my own pace. So
living in the park
is just wonderful. We sit here,
awesome views from when I work.
We sit here. It might be too bright, but it's pretty stormy today. But looking up this window, we see the top of Mount Spokane when it's not storming. Thankfully, we got rain. We're very happy about that. But anyways, we'll open up the door and step outside. We're in the park. We live in the park. It's, we're not having to drive to it, or, we only got a short stay at camping. We live here, and
we're not setting up and taking down.
Yeah.
In 2 days.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
Number 2 is yours. You're able to take on projects that maintain and improve park assets for all to enjoy.
Yeah, I enjoy doing extra projects that I can. I do have some physical limitations, some things I can't do. My health has improved a bunch by switching to this lifestyle. But extra projects, I really love doing them. I love improving or maintaining the park for others to enjoy. For instance, I've been working on a pretty big project here in Mount Spokane of repairing as needed and staining the picnic tables. And it's just great to see people sit there at these tables that were a little messed up before, and now they look nice. They're not getting a ton of splinters using them. It's just enjoyable. And the people always say, oh, this place is so nice looking. And that's what it's about. I enjoy giving that to others to enjoy as well. So.
And number 1 is, it is ever so much better for your mental and physical health.
So if you've watched my earlier videos, just over a year ago, I had a big mental and physical crash. I was dealing with some physical stuff as is, and I was in the hospital a couple times. Wasn't sure if I was going to make it. Thought maybe I lost my mind at one point. And the mind can do a lot of stuff to your body too. And yeah, I do have physical things. I've got a bunch of pills I take. I get a monthly infusion and stuff like that. But I had a lot of stresses, and it just came to a point finally, and I just couldn't do it. I just broke down. And outdoors has always been my escape and how I fix myself. And we knew eventually we were interested in camp hosting, just kind of for that reason. It'd be something I enjoy. And as we started our journey as state park host for Washington State, when I first started at our first park, I was struggling to even hike a mile without a pack. And I'm someone that is, would climb the top of some of these mountains around here in Eastern Washington, and with a pack, 10 miles, no big deal. That's how broke down I was. And after being in the park, towards the end, I was up to my 10 miles. The park and the park staff, just the way of life and everything, is literally saved my life. I mean, I don't want to say it seemed dramatic about it, but it's true. I mean, don't you? I mean,
yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah, I agree with you. You would not have made it much longer with what you were doing previously.
So, that's the biggest thing I take away from this is it gives me what I need and the opportunities to keep improving my life and our relationship. So Anything else for you to add?
Nope, I think we've covered it.
So that's the good, bad, and
in our opinion.
Yeah, in our opinion, obviously. But hope you've enjoyed that countdown. And if you like this video, if you give it a like, if you haven't subscribed, it'd be great if you subscribe. It's free and it does help out the algorithms. Hey, you say that. Yeah, okay. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you made it all the way through, appreciate you guys. Take care.